The Justice Department is declaring the Fix NICS bill a success. I guess it was an act, technically. In March of 2018, President Trump signed into law the NSSF championed NICS, Fix NICS Act. This bill, and version sponsored by Senator Cornyn in Texas and Representatives Cuellar in Texas. Cornyn's Republican, Cuellar's a Democrat, and Culberson in Texas, a Republican, in their respective chambers, was aimed at ensuring relevant state and federal agency records are submitted to the NICS database. Senator Cornyn named his legislation after the NSSF's ongoing Fix NICS campaign, which has changed laws in 16 states, resulting in an increase of more than 240% of disqualifying adjudicated mental health records that have been submitted to the FBI. U.S. Attorney General was charged by the Fix NICS Act to assess the plans and efforts of federal agencies, states, and tribes to improve record submissions. So the Attorney General also was required to publish a semi-annual report on compliance with this act. The first of those reports recently was released, and while it is early in the implementation process, the results have been pretty positive. The Attorney General received, quote, satisfactory compliance plans from 45 federal agencies, all 50 states, D.C., and Indian tribal governments. Another 44 federal agencies have certified that they have no relevant records and do not expect to create any in the future. Between April of 2018 and August of 2019, there was a 6.2% increase, which is over 6 million records, by the way, in the number of records in the three database searched with every NICS check. So what that means is more people who would be disqualified from owning or purchasing a firearm, about 6 million new people have been added to those databases. Okay, so that means that 6 million people that are legally not supposed to be able to purchase a firearm, who previously could have, simply because their name wasn't submitted to the system. So now those 6 million people are in the system, and of course, theoretically, the system should catch it should they try to purchase a firearm through a legal FFL dealer. Let's see, the NICS indices, the primary source of records related to mental health and adjudication and illegal alien prohibitors, saw an increase of 15% in the number of records. The increase in the number of records isn't the only positive impact on the act so far, according to the report. Quote, the number of firearm retrieval referrals where a prohibited person is able to purchase a firearm because the background check could not be concluded within 3 business days due to incomplete records, decreased each month in comparison to the same month during the previous year. So all 12 months, it got better over the previous year. Okay, it's an average monthly decline of 102 FRRs. Also, there was an increase in the percentages of NICS checks receiving an immediate determination in most of the months analyzed, with the exception of June 2018. There was an increase in the percentage of NICS checks resulting in an immediate determination compared to the previous year. Which, of course, you're gonna want. Trying to buy your gun, you don't want to wait 3 days, right? Either you get an approval or you don't, right? Specifically, there was an average increase of 0.51% for each month when compared to the same month of the previous year. There's also further evidence in the report that the Fix NICS Act is leading to improvements beyond an increase in the number of prohibiting records. A long-standing concern for NICS has been the number of arrest records, in NICS without a corresponding disposition. These gaps are the source of delays, as examiners must conduct research to determine whether an arrest resulted in a disqualifying conviction, because we all know being arrested is not a disqualifier. So that is pretty positive news. So again, this is just the first report that they have to release, and these are semi-annual. But from this point in time, they go into details about like states doing very specific things. There's nothing tied to Michigan or Indiana, so I'm not going to go into it. Ohio's the closest one to us. But if you look at it, I mean, it's been tremendous. 6 million people are now in the database that were not in the database before. So again, they can't go to a legal dealer now and purchase a firearm and slip through the system. And then the information for people who, weren't able to get an answer within 3 days and then purchase a firearm, that's now been reduced dramatically too. So, which, again, reduces the number of potential errors and the possibility that prohibited people actually purchase a firearm at a licensed dealer. So this, so far, so good. It's been declared a success. And again, it's been something that people have been trying to do for a long, long time.